A couple in Canada is facing criminal charges for refusing to give their son the medical treatment he needed to fight bacterial meningitis. Their son Ezekiel did not get the proper vaccines to prevent him from getting meningitis. And as soon as he was sick, they decided to give him smoothies instead of give him the proper medical treatment so he would stay alive. David and Collet Stephan are the two individuals that are facing these criminal charges. Now, obviously, what they're going through is horrific, and to some level, I feel a great deal of empathy for them. But at the same time, they made some pretty bad decisions, and that's the reason why they're facing these charges. Now, they had been treating their son Ezekiel with natural remedies like smoothies with hot peppers, garlic, onions, and horseradish. After a family friend who is also a registered nurse told the couple Ezekiel likely had meningitis, Collet researched the disease online and concluded it was likely the viral version and not the more serious bacterial version. The court heard she then bought an echinacea mixture to treat him. Now, not only was she wrong in giving him an echinacea mixture to treat him, she was also wrong in diagnosing him, probably because she's not a doctor. So he had bacterial meningitis, which is the more serious form. And again, he didn't get the proper treatment necessary to stay alive.
Yeah, I get some instincts here that a lot of people have. A lot of people have the instinct to be like, screw conventional wisdom. I know what's best for me and my family. I get that instinct. That instinct is great when it applies to like where you're gonna get your chicken. Maybe you want to go to Whole Foods to get like the ones that don't have antibiotics given to the chickens. Fine. But when it comes to the health of your family, when one of your kids is sick, just at least see a doctor. I get that you want to say no and you think you're smarter than a doctor, but you're just not. And this is one of those things where like we need to get through to the people who are saying things like, I don't want to vaccinate my children against measles, and then suddenly there's a huge measles outbreak at Disneyland and people are wondering how could this happen. But like, just use common sense. Like, over time we've done a lot of research, and sure, there are certain things like the effects of caffeine that now every other month there's a new study about caffeine. But like, ask anyone, these things work. They come up with ways for these problems not to be problems anymore. And specifically about the vaccination issue, like these diseases used to be rampant.
I know.
And you've got to give those to your kids.
Not only are you putting your own kids at risk, but you're also putting other people's children at risk by refusing to vaccinate your kids. Look, these vaccines exist for a reason, right? So we had some serious illnesses in this country that we almost eradicated until all these crazy people decided that they didn't want to vaccinate their kids, right? So all of a sudden, we're seeing measles. That's a good example. All of a sudden, we're seeing more cases of meningitis. We're seeing more cases of illnesses that we thought we had gotten rid of, but now they're all of a sudden back. And it's not like they only had one kid. They have 3 other children who have not been vaccinated. And this should be a huge lesson for this family. It should be a huge lesson for this couple. It should be a huge lesson for anyone who's considering not vaccinating their kids. Please be smarter than that, okay? And also, you're right. Take your kids to the doctor. If your kid is sick, please just get the proper diagnosis and then go from there. I mean, they live in Canada. I would kill to have the healthcare system that they have. Here in the United States, I mean, it's so difficult to go see a doctor and do so in an affordable way that I can understand why people would try to look to other options and avoid going to a doctor, right? It ends up being a huge cost burden. But at the same time, you guys are in Canada. You have resources that we would kill for. Well, not resources we would kill for, but a healthcare system we would kill for.
Right.
So please take advantage of that.
Yeah, and not taking advantage of those resources we would kill for result in things you're dying from.
Yeah.
So don't do that. This story also, people have heard the word cloud of vaccinations leading to autism. That's been disproven. That's not it. Just research that. I know a lot of people, there's all these things that come up and people just want to sign on to the bandwagon of being like cool and herbal. But some of these things are so stupid that you really need to move on. Also, like with the vaccinations, if you're afraid to get vaccinations because you're afraid of creating some kind of superbug, like a lot of the superbug stuff is like bacterial, and vaccinations will keep you from getting viruses. Those are 2 completely different things. So just if you're gonna be smarter than people, at least do some learning.